Hi, I'm Kathy Main. I'm a longtime resident of Charles County and your local REMAX 1 real estate agent. I'm here today with Sarah Proctor, who is running for judge of the Charles County Circuit Court. There's some family members here today we would like to talk to on her behalf. And I'm going to start right here. Would you like to tell us how you came to meet Sarah Proctor?
I met Sarah Proctor about 5 years ago. She was the prosecutor on a case that my son was involved in.
I met Sarah Proctor in 2016, and she prosecuted a case for my family.
I met Sarah Proctor in 2014 for she prosecuted a case for my family.
I met Sarah Proctor in 2019. She prosecuted a case that I was involved in.
I met Sarah Proctor about 7 years ago, and she was a prosecutor for my case also.
Can you tell me, how did she help you and your family through the trauma of what you experienced?
Well, I really had a bad time about, like I said, 7 years ago, and I can't tell you how fortunate I was to have Sarah and her team. I mean, from day one, they treated me just like I was family, and we have continued to stay friends. My case was very, very seriously. I could have lost my life. I came close to losing my life. So, with me being insecure and nervous and not knowing how things was going to go, her and her team treated me just like I was family. And after probably a month trial, and the person was found guilty, I got a call probably about a month after that saying we had to go through it all over again, which was really, really shocking to me and hurtful. And she told me it would be okay. And after going through the whole process again, her and her team treated me just like I was part of their family. And we've stayed that way ever since. And I will support her to the end because I know the love that she has and the love that she showed me. I know that she'll be a great judge and very fair.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Uh, how did she handle the court process with you?
Oh, it was wonderful. They all was so professional and made me and my family feel so comfortable. And honestly, I never had any doubt that things would go my way because of the way they treated me. So, oh yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, and it was so bad that I went 2 years without sleeping at all. But they just made me feel so comfortable and told me that it would be all right. And that's why I will always remain friends with her and her team.
Those kind of people are rare, that's for sure. And why do you think Sarah would be a great judge for Charles County?
Because I know she takes her job very seriously. She really does. And she has a heart of gold. And like I said, I've gotten to know her quite well now. And I was just fortunate that it was her that was picked to prosecute my case. Very fortunate that it was her.
Like a hand watching from above.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Amen. 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 Thank you very much.
Sure.
Hi, and I'm sorry, I didn't get your name?
Ashley.
Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Um, can you tell me what she did to help you and your family through the trauma of what you experienced?
I completely agree with what he said. She treated us like we were family from day one and kept us completely informed, which I appreciate so much because that was one of the hardest times of my life.
And what about the court process? How did she handle that with you?
Perfect. She took it very seriously, and again treated us like we were family.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And why do you think, and you're a young woman, why do you think she should be circuit court judge? It'd be nice to hear from you.
She does take her job very seriously, and she has been and always will be an amazing woman for Charles County.
Agreed. Agreed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You want to talk to us about how she handled your court process?
I can only agree with all of the sentiments that have already been spoken, that she has definitely been right there throughout the entire process. She never left our side. It was almost as if she was going through it with us. She became our voice. When we weren't able to speak, she spoke. Just whatever ideas we had, she always brought to the table. She always discussed the process one-on-one. She gave us assurance throughout the entire process. As stressful as it was, she always assured us it will be okay. Even when things didn't look good, she was always there encouraging us, supporting us, and she made us feel loved. She made us feel like we had a voice, that we weren't just victims, that we were actually human beings.
Well, that sensitivity and that strength when you need it, because you do feel so volatile and everything you've gone through, it's worth its weight in gold when you have someone like that is a guiding force, but they're kind and gentle. It means everything. What did she do to help your family through the trauma?
Well, her integrity was the most appreciated. Being honest with us up front, letting us know throughout the entire process how it was going to go, what to expect, and being honest up front, letting us know this may not go well or this is what you can expect, really helped to comfort us to know that we weren't just going through a process by ourselves. And then on top of it, when we weren't sure, she always gave us assurance that she was right there. She always called to make sure we were okay. She would literally be there for us in the darkest moments. If we weren't sure we needed something, she made sure that our resources were there and that we knew where to go. And that if we weren't sure, she was just always available. Whenever we called, she answered. It wasn't a recording. It wasn't a secretary. She was always available. And that's what we loved the most about her.
You don't find a lot of that anymore.
No, it's a personal touch.
It really is. And that just comes from someone who takes it so personally to heart, what folks have gone through, and wants to ensure that you personally are going to be okay.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us why you want to support Sarah for circuit court judge?
Well, I think based on her personality and who she has been and shown throughout the time that I've known her, because even throughout the whole process, she never stopped reaching out. As everyone noted, that she has become like a family member. We still know each other today. She knows my kids. She keeps up with us. And because of that, I think a judge needs to be that personal. For Charles County, we need that personal touch. We need someone who's going to get their foot on the ground and touch the community, touch the hearts of everyone, not just sit up behind the bench. And that's who she is. She's more than just behind the desk person. She's personable, she has integrity, and she's honest and upfront. And that's the kind of people and judges that we need in this county.
I would agree with you. And while Charles County has grown, we still appreciate that personal touch. Everyone does. You don't want to get lost in the enormity of a system and someone that's just going through the motions, because it means everything. And when you've gone through what all of you have gone through on some level, it becomes so personal. And to find someone like that who's doing what she does, it's extremely rare.
Absolutely.
It is extremely rare.
It's what the county needs.
I couldn't agree with you more, and thank you for that.
My name is Jermisha. I watch Law and Order. Okay. And I'm like, she is my Benson. I'm like, I would be in the courtroom and I'd be like, oh my gosh, she said that. And I'm like, she was just so strong. If she didn't agree with something, she would let you know. Mm-hmm. She didn't back down, and she just would fight. Mm-hmm. And she'd hurt, I think, her leg or her foot for the sentencing. And as soon as we got out of court, she texted me. She was like, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. Just making sure you're okay, blah, blah, blah. And like we text now. We see each other out. She gives us big hugs, and she just makes you just like warm, like, oh yeah, you know.
But you've seen her strength in action.
Oh my gosh. I was in awe. Like, she is it. She's gonna work hard. Mm-hmm. She would call if you needed to call her anytime. Like I said, I'm a texter, so she would text me back, and within the day or whatever. So she was always just making sure we were okay. Definitely.
And how did she handle the court process?
Wonderful. She was wonderful. Any questions we had, she was open to explain. If she couldn't tell us something, like, I can't really tell you that, but blah, 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 she would, kind of let us know in a way that was still safe to let us know. And she was just open to whatever questions we had. And she would just offer us different things, like, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? Or what if I did this? And she would just come up with, like, different ideas and just things I would never think that, oh, she went that extra mile to do that. And I didn't even think about doing it. And she would just make sure that she got, to the end of it and made sure she had everything she needed. There was no question that she was just ready and she was prepared.
And that's
all the time.
That's so important.
All the time. I never doubt it.
Yeah, I think in those kind of situations you can't be over prepared, and so when you have someone like that takes their job so much to heart on a personal level.
She was ready.
Yeah.
She was ready for whatever questions were thrown. She was on it.
Our very own Law and Order.
Yes.
Miss Sarah.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? That's everything? Okay.
Hi, I am Amika.
Hi, Anika.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm fine, thank you. How did you come to meet Sarah?
I met Sarah, I want to say about maybe 5-6 years ago. She was the prosecutor on a case that my son was involved in, and I agree with what the other people said about her. She was phenomenal. She was actually, the voice for myself and my son, because with his particular case, we didn't really have to show up in court or anything. So she was the voice. Her team, got justice, for what he was involved in. And I greatly, greatly appreciate her, because after that, he went through a rough path. Oof, get a little emotional.
I have boys of my own.
He went through a rough path. After that situation, then he lost his dad, then he got into some trouble, and she still made it her business to help him with that. She didn't even have anything to do with that. So I truly, greatly appreciate her. I wish I could support her campaign more, but I'm busy. I got a daughter at Frostburg College, so I'd be too busy, but I knew I was going to make it my business to get out here today to do anything, she asked me to do. But she is a great, great, great person.
So you felt like she handled the court process well for you as she navigated through?
Yeah, she was phenomenal. Like I said, justice was greatly served. And, it was all because of Sarah.
And she just kept hands on even as
She
passed, because we all know that
she kept hands on. She called me one morning. It was early in the morning. I was like, oh goodness gracious. I was there at, I think 8 a.m. at the courthouse to see her. She called me. I was there. She kept me informed on everything. And like I said, she was she was great.
And so why do you think that would make her good for a judge for Charles County?
Because, like the other lady said, we need that for Charles County. I think that she will be fair. Just the type of person that she is. So we need that type of judge here in Charles County.
I would agree.
Yes.
I would agree. Does anyone want to add anything across the back here? Anything you'd like to say?
Very well said.
Yeah, I think everybody.
For me, anyway.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
I'm Amanda, Ashley's mom. I just want everybody to know that Sarah is just an amazing person. She was with us the entire time. She was always ready, even when the defense wasn't ready. And decided to call out my daughter in the courtroom. Sarah just looked at me and she's like, no, don't respond. And she was there for us. She kept us informed about everything. And I have to say that just recently, she kept us informed about the new the new prosecution that was just or the overruling of her case that we now have to deal with. So, Sarah, I thank you for everything. Our entire family.
If I can say one thing, nothing is guaranteed when you're going through the criminal justice system. You can fight all day long, but having someone there through that process, informing you, assuring you that everything is going to be okay, even when it's not, is the most valuable characteristic anyone could have as a judge. It's more than just giving a ruling. It's about touching people's lives, making a difference in people's lives. We don't always get the outcomes that we want, but just knowing that you're heard, you have a voice, that you're cared about, and that you're treated like you're a human being and not like a victim or just another case on the desk is far more greater than being selected or being chosen. Your integrity, your honesty, your care and attention to every person, every individual person, regardless of where they are, where they're from, how old they are, how young they are, is the most valuable thing. And just like she expressed having to go back through the process again, just because of how the system is set up, after you've gone through the ringer and she's fought the good fight, having to then go back through because they won an appeal or there was a technical mishap, having to go through that process again hurts. But knowing you have people by your side like Sarah just gives you that assurance that you need.
That's one of the things I think we love about living in Charles County is that we haven't outgrown that, and that we need those hands-on people that care like that for us in the county, so we can keep that thing that makes us personal down here. Not an appointment from higher up people that don't know us. We live here. This is our community.
That's what we want.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Well, I want to thank all of you. I know this is not easy and it takes great strength. And I think it speaks volumes to who Sarah is. And I know she's incredibly, incredibly grateful. And I'm grateful to you as well. I'm so sorry. My heart breaks right along with you. As I just look at some of the sorrow as this kind of just plays back in your head. I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.